Shalom Uvracha. I'm hoping to be able to express more of my thoughts, things that I wrote, and Hashem helped me to bring them down to this world. When I write those things, sometimes I write in a very short way, and in Hebrew. So also I need to open it up and to explain, and as well to translate what it makes it also harder on me. So it might take a while, but let's try, okay? So I want you to try to open your mind and understand we're talking spiritual now, spiritually. In the Torah, it's written that when the righteous people, when honest people, truthful people are talking words of Torah, words of wisdom, or praying, so the Torah is like water that comes out and pours out of their mouths, comes out from the source that is the heart of those people, masters of prayers or masters of learnings, the righteous ones, and they are pouring their hearts as water in front of Hashem. Now, the Creator created the world, that the world has spiritual aspects and physical aspects. Now, those are all different layers of reflection of His greatness. So, let's say that in His unity there are matters, there are concepts, there are ideas. We can see them in different rings, in different circles, that one is greater than the next, or larger or bigger, surrounding the ones that were premier to Him. So first thing that came out to the world, so those reflections are coming in different ways. Some of them are inside the generations, like inside of Adam there was Eve, and then Eve came out of Adam, and then there was Adam and Eve, and then their children, first and second generation, and then third, fourth, fifth generations, and then Abraham came to the world, and he brought down the wisdom of his faith, the realization that he came up with, and gave it to his son, and Yitzchak gave it to Yaakov, and Yaakov to the 12 tribes, and the qualities of Yaakov, for an example, came into the 12 tribes, and every one of the tribes held a certain portion of the light of Yaakov, and then the Torah was given, and 600,000 people from the people of Israel, the children, great-grandchildren of Yaakov, they were in same equal number to the number of letters of the Torah, 600,000 letters, and they are equal to the 600,000 souls of tribes of Israel that were standing over there. And then we have ourselves today, millions of people that every few hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands are divided to one tribe, and we are all like books on books on books in our bookcases that are explaining a certain idea, a certain method. It's expanding like a tree of life. So you have that aspect of wisdom that comes down to the world through the generations. By the way, what that I am saying now is an explanation on two tiny lines that are written here. But I don't have another way to explain my thoughts, if not through hours of speech. So we're doing it. It's exactly the same thing, that I can bring one word or one sentence, and it's going to be an idea, a vision of mine, and for me to be able to transfer it to you, I need to speak on it for long minutes. Okay, so the water that, let's say you drink water from a cup, the water in the rivers, the water in the faucets, the water in the rain, it's not only water, it's one of the reflections, but they are also the water reflecting the spiritual water. Means if you are now, and what is the spiritual water? Like we mentioned, it's the prayer, it's the Torah that we're learning. So if, let's say now, you're learning Torah in great power, there are going to be movements in the rivers. If you brought down a huge amount of wisdom now and you were able to spell it out, to express it, tons of rains of blessing will come down to the world. But if there was, God forbid, an evil person that was using the Torah to manipulate people, to break their spirits, so factories of chemicals and heavy metals are pouring their wastes into the large sea, into the oceans, and polluting it and damaging the fish. Who are the fish? Fish are animals as well, but not only. They're also a reflection of souls of people, and it's all synchronized in such crazy perfection, in such wild unity, that in an equal number to all the fish of any kind, there are different nations and publics and people that represent certain opinion. And if a shark is coming into a pack of fish, a class of fish, a school of fish, it's like it's gonna be corresponding to an event that is taking place in different place right now, that some evil shark is coming and biting into those innocent souls that represents those certain thoughts that relate to the mood and the wave and the flow of those fish. The world is going so deep that everything in perfection represents the unity and the oneness of Hashem. Okay? Yofi. Great. So, the springs and the rivers that are coming from the place that called Lebanon. Lebanon, it's the source of water, where water started their journey from. And it's Har Hatov Hazeh VeHaLebanon, that good mountain that is called Lebanon. It's not Lebanon of today. It is the Har Habayit, the mountain of the Holy Temple, the Temple Mount. That from there, the source of rivers, the main river that came out of the Garden of Eden, came out from. And because that it has been blocked and sealed, and the wisdom has been sealed and covered from us, also water cannot be seen physically in great stream coming out of that area. But spiritually, Mitzion Tetze Torah Udvar Hashem Mirushalayim. From Zion, that is Mount Zion, Torah is coming out, and like we said, the Torah compared to water, and the word of Hashem means the word of Torah and word of prayer, word of wisdom, like we said before as well, that is reflecting the water of Hashem himself comes out of Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. That's the place where the Temple Mount is at. So, and that is one thing, and the reflection of it is milibuna democha, from the brighten white side of the brain of a person, from the inside, the softest and most inner part of the brain of the person is the throne for the soul, the holy chariot for the soul to sit within the person's mind, within the person's body. So the reflection of the world, of the whole world, is also reflected inside of you. So all the rivers that comes out are also coming out milibuna democha, from the most bright part of the mind, of the brain of a person, that is a chariot for all rivers to spread out from the brighten light that hovers in the core of the brain, of the mind. A pure light that is reflecting from the heights, the light of Hashem's eternity and the grace of His essence, and the grace of the essence of the complete one. So Hashem is the complete one. He is unity himself, itself, and He is reflecting Himself into His grace through the grace, a certain light, certain shine of infinity that comes from the highest places of them all, and being reflected, and how it's being reflected in our movements, in our words, in our thoughts, in our actions, in our deeds. And our movements and our reflections are shining the light of the One, of the present time, the blessed present time. It's called Hove, Shel HaHove, of the present time. Ve'yeh, and of the future that's gonna be. Shel HaHaya, Hove, Ve'yeh, of what that was, is, and will be. And we are experiencing a godly portion in this world, in the world of creation, in the world of action. So the Creator is endless, and His light is spraying sparks all over 360 degrees in all angles and half angles and angles of His surroundings. And every one of us is a beam of light. We are a soul. So that soul is reflecting an individual light, but reflects infinity itself as well. The river, you're going to call it the Jordan River, the whatever, the Babylon River. It is the Babylon River. It is the Jordan River, but it's also water. Water you can find also in the ocean. You can find it in the Galilee Sea. It's a different water? No, it's one water. They're different in location, but similar in nature. But the truth is that the reflection of His existence in all ways, that in all aspects, that ever experience their own being while being who they really are in the essence of their creation, in their existence, is individual and reflecting His unity. Okay, so we're going to read it again just to clear it, to clarify. The truth is not the unique light of the individual, just the unity that connects all different aspects of creation. So the truth is the complete reflection of His existence in all the aspects that ever experience their being, while being the core of their being in their present time, in their existence. Okay, so in different words, the unity is what we're looking for and not the individuality. You cannot see the whole puzzle by looking at one of the parts. And each and every one of those particles of creation experienced his own being as a present time in the present time that is expressing the will of the Creator. And every one of us, like you and me and the wall and an animal, and in our generation or in earlier generation, everyone, and also an atom, a fiber, any piece of grind of sand, everyone experienced its own existence as it is, as the one that he was, that he is, in the present time, that is maintaining, that is existing the will of the Creator. The Creator wanted the wall to be white and my shirt now to be blue and you to wear a pink shirt or a brown shirt or whatever. The Creator wanted you to be that way, or that you're going to wear that jeans or tights for a reason, for a purpose. Now, that tights on you right now is it because Hashem wanted it to be the one that He is, but He is the tights now, He's the fabric now, He's the jeans now, He's the shoe now. And also the things are very hidden and mysterious from the eyes of any live form, wonders of creation. So no matter how far we're going to look, we won't be able to understand how deep it goes, how far it goes. And the experience of all the worlds in their unity will be the share of the chosen ones, of the righteous ones, in the time of the redemption of all those particles that will be redeemed, that will be chosen to be redeemed, in the great happiness in time of its victory. Means that any part of this world has a certain desire, has a certain passion. He wants to be redeemed somehow. He wants to be heard. He wants to stand. He wants to be the one that Hashem made him to be. So in the time of redemption, that particle of creation, and of course people and animals and plants, everyone will experience the complete experience of all the worlds in their unity in the time of those individual parts' redemption. Suddenly, in the time of redemption, you'll have an outside of the body experience. You're going to start feeling and sensing things in way deeper ways than you are today. And it will take place for you as time of success, as time of happiness, as time of victory. And in that victory, you will be united, connected, nullified completely to the rest of the particles that are surrounding you in place, in space, and in time. Means that you'll go above time as well. Yes, that experience will illuminate for us in perfection the light of the worlds, the Creator that is reflecting to us from above, the Hoveh, the Haya, Hoveh, Ve'yeh, that His name is Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, that Yud-Kei Vav-Kei means going to be. So the name of Hashem is Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, that is going to be, means that He is the one that gives life into every form, He is life itself. So He will shine towards us from above to all aspects of creation, to all aspects of time, was, is, and will. And also every person experiencing in reality the connection with the particles of the ground, with the food and drinks. And there are water that are coming out of the house of Hashem. What does it mean? There are water that people, the servants, the Kohanim, and people of Israel were using that water in Beit HaMikdash. They were the simple water that were running in Beit HaMikdash. They were in the rivers, they were in the well, they were in the buckets, in the cups. Water that was in Beit HaMikdash, Maim mi Bet Hashem, Maim yotzim mi Bet Hashem, water that comes out from the house of God. And that water, those water are still going in the rivers and in the streams. And the Creator, He's the one who has the power to separate, to define between water and water. Why they are still, maybe someone drank it, but that person died and all that water came out somehow and they became something else. Or if you washed your hands or washed your fruits or let your animal drink, the water are going and circling in the world into the life of creation, and they become different things and they keep on moving. Now, we cannot keep track on water, but Hashem does. Hashem knows how to define, how to divide between water and water. He knows the particles. And to those holy one and righteous ones, the Creator gives to drink to those ones that their heart is pure. The same water parts that Hashem chose to bring into Beit HaMikdash are satisfying you today, if you are one of those people who are searching for Hashem. And you should believe in that when you drink Coca-Cola, when you drink whiskey, when you drink orange juice, when you drink water from your faucet, that water, you take a shower, that amount of water that you enjoy are water that were used in the temple, are holy water that were connected to your ancestors, that are coming in secret ways, in mysterious underground tunnels, in ways that you would lose your mind if you would be able to recognize and see those things. And I honestly must tell you that Hashem helped me with great visions, that I was able to see those things in action, of course in mind, in a spiritual sight. But Hashem shown those things to me, how two people can swim in the same swimming pool, and the water that will surround one of them will be water that the Creator made sure that will be there for him right now. And the other guy will be surrounded with total different water. And which water are those? The ones that are impure, they're drinking from water of the snake, from water of people who acted like filthy villains, that they were drinking water of impurity and flows of lusts in the rivers and all kinds of contamination. Those particles of water that were used as urine of villains, of Pharaoh, of Bil'am, of Amalek, this kind of water are surrounding until today the villains and the evil ones. And no matter how hard they will try to drink pure water, they won't find it, and they will drink the waste and filth and scum of water. And the Creator is supervising on each and every person to give him from the water that are coming from the Temple Mount and from the stone of foundation, the foundation stone that comes out from the holiest of holiest source. And the person who is asking the Creator from the source of truth, he is drinking. The one who is asking for Hashem, truth seekers, the desires Hashem, they are drinking from the source of truth. And those will be able to see Hashem's revenge as well, when He will stand up against all your enemies, and only by the truth. The truth will force reality to surrender to it. The mountains of arrogance of the evil, famous liars, source of fraud and evil, source of bad and contamination, that drinks filthy water because they're twisting words of God. Like we said, the water are compared to words, and they're twisting words, they're lying, they're talking gossip, they're manipulating people, they're sabotaging with their mouth and tongues, like the snake, the serpent that has two sides to his tongue. To this he's talking right, to that one he's talking left. They're changing in their speech. They don't express what they really have in their hearts. And they are drinking from the filth. But the water of Torah, the Holy Torah, that on it says, Hoy kol tzameh lechu lemayim, every thirsty person go to the water, is the water of wisdom. And the Torah is Torah of truth. And the water of the Torah are coming from the house of Hashem. And the light of wisdom is being revealed and is letting everyone know on Hashem's unity. And it is uncovering and revealing the truth, and by that exposing all evil, by the light of the heart of the real truth seekers and the light of their souls. And the main source of light that is shining into the hearts of the holy truth seekers is the light of the soul of the Mashiach, that is the soul of the first man, Adam HaRishon, that was chosen in the root of in the beginning of his creation, that he was coming out to the world included of all the souls that are in creation, as their father, as their parents, and they are his children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, a wonderful oak of life, the tree of all living human beings. All the souls were included in him in the beginning of that path, and now all the souls that are separated in bodies together are including him as well. So when we will be connected, when we will shine to each other properly, by the inspiration of the Mashiach, that he will gather us and he will connect us and he will bond us all together, he will be the Redeemer of the world. He is the source of the soul of Adam HaRishon, of the first man, and therefore he will elevate us all to the complete unity back again, to be one with Hashem and to enjoy His good. Very good. Be well. See you soon. RDMC with the Muna project, all the nations with me. Close your eyes, just breathe, see the truth. Don't chase the fake world, don't buy the fake news. Be yourself, your own true self. Don't let no one take our natural wealth. See the good, no fear, no despair. Cherish who that you are and share. Source of power from an endless spring. Light of courage in yourself, yes.
They can kick you down to the ground. Hold yourself up till you are, put up your crown. King of the creator, holy soul inside. Focus on the spiritual and you shall